Thank you so much for all the support you gave me, guys.
Okay.
Today, I got promoted.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome to LMD Newsweek. I'm Ashwini Vedhakan, and we begin with a look at the COVID-19 situation in the island. As of this week, the total number of COVID-19 infected patients in the island currently stands at 89,024, with the number of recoveries reaching 85,944, and the total number of deaths now stands at 537. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health revealed that 12,292 citizens were administered with the COVID-19 vaccine on Tuesday. With this, the total inoculated since receiving the consignment of 500,000 doses of the Covishield vaccine from India reached 796,792. The State Minister of Primary Healthcare, Epidemics and COVID-19 Disease Control states that the government is contemplating the use of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine, acknowledging that there has been a decrease in the tally of positive cases. He further reassured that the government is looking into procuring other brands of the coronavirus vaccine. For those wary about the festive season being put on hold, there is good news. The Public Health Inspectors Union says there is no need for a complete lockdown in the country during the upcoming season. Understanding the impracticality of doing so, the chairman advised the public to act responsibly to prevent another wave of COVID-19 cases. Professor Neelika Malavige of the Department of Immunology and Molecular Medicine at the University of Sri Jayawardenepura states that no COVID vaccine is proven to prevent asymptomatic infection. Consequently, she warned that those who have been vaccinated twice still run the risk of reinfection, albeit to a lesser extent. And now for a public service announcement. If you're looking for the right center to receive your jab of the COVID-19 vaccine, simply call your area PHI and he will tell you where to register. And now for a roundup of local news. Sri Lanka will obtain 7 million Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines manufactured by Russia. According to the National Operations Center for the Prevention of COVID-19, the consignment is expected to arrive in Sri Lanka soon. In an attempt to strengthen the country's international relations, the President of Sri Lanka recently had a telephone conversation with the President of Egypt. The two presidents discussed the efforts to exchange multifaceted experiences between the two countries, including combating the pandemic, strengthening coordination and cooperation on anti-terrorism efforts. Methods of promoting bilateral cooperation between the two countries were also discussed. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister arrived in Dhaka this morning on a 2-day official visit, the second of the world leaders to attend the celebration for the Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh's independence. The Commissioner General of the Inland Revenue Department recently revealed in Parliament that a significant portion of tax arrears for many years could not be recovered due to the lengthy judicial process and delays in court proceedings, pointing out that tax evaders exploit these delays to delay their payments. The chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts stressed the urgency of streamlining the tax system. Addressing a seminar on the importance of protecting victims and witnesses, the Justice Minister pointed out that there are only 15 judges per million citizens and only 378 judges to handle ongoing court cases for the whole country. Comparatively, developed countries have 200 judges per million citizens, while this figure is generally 65 to 70 in middle-income countries. Moving on to business news, shares ended lower on Wednesday for a third straight session, dragged down by losses in financial and consumer staple stocks. In economic news, Sri Lanka's gross domestic product grew 1.3% year-on-year in the fourth quarter of 2020, the Statistics Department said later on Tuesday. However, GDP contracted 3.6% during 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with the island nation recording declines in all its three major economic sectors: agriculture, industry, and services, for the first time in history. Prominent Russian business tycoon Andrei Melnichenko, who was in Sri Lanka, recently visited the port city. He was welcomed by the assistant managing directors and director sales and marketing of the project. The State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals opened a local face mask factory on Tuesday. The minister emphasized that the factory was established in an attempt to boost local manufacturing. He added that local manufacturers are expected to earn steady income as demand for face masks will grow consistently in the near future. Taking a look at global news. As of this week, the global COVID-19 infected patients numbers have surpassed 122 million, with the number of recoveries surpassing 98 million, while the number of deaths currently stand at 2.7 million. US teen Graham Ivan Clark will be spending the rest of his teen years in a 3-year prison sentence as part of a plea deal. The teenager recently pled guilty to hacking several high-profile Twitter accounts in a large-scale Bitcoin scam, hacking the accounts of personalities such as Kim Kardashian West, Kanye West, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and even former President Barack Obama. Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa has invited 8 members of the public to join him for a trip around the moon on Elon Musk's SpaceX flight. The mission, named Dear Moon, is scheduled for 2023, and the billionaire reassures that the cost for the entire journey will be covered by him. Some fascinating news for gearheads out there. BMW has recently unveiled its i4. The new i4 is expected to offer a driving range of 300 miles to produce up to 530 in horsepower and reach a top speed of 124 miles per hour, along with other exciting features. Wrapping things up, we look at the world of sports. Chelsea reached the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time in 7 years with a 3-0 aggregate win over Atletico Madrid. Jos Butler's knock of 83 or 52 balls led England to a comfortable win in the third T20I against India, despite Indian captain Virat Kohli's 77 off 46 balls. Britain's Andy Murray has been awarded a wildcard for this month's Miami Open. It will be the 2-time title winner's first appearance in the event in 5 years. Team New Zealand retained the America's Cup on Wednesday, defeating Italian outfit Luna Rossa 7-3 in the best of 13 series. This marks the 4th time a New Zealand team has lifted the Aldmag, international sport's oldest trophy, whilst Italy still waits for its first triumph. That's all the news we have for you this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching and stay safe.